Sam's got the big C.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So how about you? Are you looking at you all right now? Are you getting better or what?
We're getting better. Just feel crap.
Yeah,
We got it
Morgan.
last Saturday and just got it like a head cold now.
Oh yeah, Morgan's down with something as well. So that's what you get for going to Britain, isn't it? Another big
Well, I think it's not just Britain got it. I think everybody's got it. They just don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah. Here comes Biscuit now.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have a nice Christmas card or what? What happened, mate?
pretty cool actually. I'll wait till Biscuit comes in.
Yeah.
Pretty very well come to attitude, like usual, you know. And hey, Biscuit, all right?
How are you doing, boys? All right?
Right, man,
Yeah.
nice and Christmassy behind you.
I forgot to change it. Oh, I suppose it's still.
Christmas, isn't it?
I gotta change mine as well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that was pretty cool. But last night was really funny because I was here editing and I saw a flash warning on my screen, on the bottom of the screen saying attention, high winds, very severe high wind warning. I thought, oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. There's a storm coming. So I thought, oh, I better get up and take all the furniture off the terrace. So I thought, right, so I was just thinking about it, and as I got up, it was this huge, like a train passing, outside. I got double glazing and everything, and all of a sudden it was just like a huge boom, blast, boom, 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 boom. So I thought, what the fuck was that? So I was just in a towel around me. Didn't have any shorts on or anything. I just had a towel because I was just in the middle of doing my lava washing and stuff. Anyway, so I rushed out and trying to find the settee, the armchair settee thing. It's gone, and it's a three-seater armchair one in plastic, gone, vanished. I thought, fuck, what the? Fuck? Found it down on the street about 100 yards away, and it's all smashed up a bit. So I'm there now. I got my this is after the lights out and all the street lights are out and everything. So I got my phone in my hand, another hand holding onto my towel, and there's two bits of the thing, the settee to carry or to bring back, and it's a huge bloody thing. So so I got one bit of this and a phone in one hand, so I have to redo the freaking towel up and it's not going to fall down or anything. And I'm dragging this thing up the steps, but at that moment, and there's like a downdraft coming down the steps. It's like so strong I couldn't. So I got behind the thing and had to push it up the steps. Fuck, it is weird. Huh? So I'm now left with just there's one chair gone completely, and there's a settee that's broken now. So I think we're in for some new garden furniture next year.
Yeah.
A bit of damage on the roof last night as well.
And yeah,
Yeah.
What, the main roof?
Yeah, it took the corner off where the barge boards come down to meet the fascia board. It ripped the other one off in the last storm, and now ripped the other side off in this last night.
Once it gets behind it, then that's
Yeah, it's gone.
yeah.
Bit of
Well,
a
I've had the front gutter has been blocked for the last few weeks, and every time it's pissing down, it was like a shower. And the problem is, it was right by the front door, so it comes down in, it's not like continuous. It just comes down in like big splashes.
Yeah.
And if you're unlucky to be standing there when the splash comes,
yeah.
you cop it. And every time it was dry, I'd forget all about it.
Yeah.
So I think it was yesterday morning. I went out Friday night, and I thought yesterday morning it was dry, and I thought I didn't really feel like it, but I thought make the effort, because the problem is my ladder's in the garage, And because of where it is, I stack a load of stuff on it, so it's not a 5 minute job getting it out of the garage. But so it took longer to get the ladder out of the garage than to get up there and unblock the gutter. But it's done now anyway. But
No.
I mean, there must be a hell of a lot of bloody weight. It's, when you think the width of the house, the gutter is full to the brim, the length of the house, and think of that much water, being held on a couple of plastic brackets.
Right, right, yeah. You just had no collapse on it, isn't it?
That's it, yeah. So anyway, sorted now for another 12 months, hopefully.
Yeah, ours has all got grass growing out of it. I gotta get up there and get it done.
Sounds like my
Ladders, and I don't like climbing up ladders anyway.
sounds like my car. My car's got grass growing out of
Yeah.
it.
It is always in the back of your mind. I mean, because like the years that I worked outside with BT, you were up a ladder, on average, probably 6 times a day. If it wasn't up the front of a house, it would be up a pole. And it was just part and parcel of life. You didn't think
Yeah.
twice about going up a ladder. And I've heard of so many boys that have like past 70 and have fallen off ladders because they've done the same thing, thinking that they're still 20-year-old and shot up a ladder and flipping falling off it. And,
Yeah, I
and
haven't
they've
got
ended up
a
pretty
70, a
seriously.
60, I haven't got the same reflexes as 70.
No, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, ever since I fell off that ladder about 15 years ago, and I was only on about the third rung.
Oh, correct.
You heard about that,
Yeah.
but didn't you, when I landed on a bracket, a radiator bracket?
Oh, yes, yes.
What was that?
Yeah, I remember
Up a
that.
ladder about just checking the roof. It was inside, looking at the loft hatch where it was, should have been. Ladder was on a very steep angle, so being double cautious, I sort of decided to climb up. I thought, well, I must check now. If this moves, I got to grab a bit of wood to make sure it's all safe. So I could see a nice bit, strong bit of wood. The right safe now. Go up the ladder up to about the third step, and the ladder came backwards. So I grabbed a bit of wood, and it just came off in my hand.
Yeah.
Problem was behind me was a big double glazing window, and beneath the window was a radiator, but they'd taken the radiator off, so there's just two brackets on the wall.
Yeah.
Jumped down, stooped down, thought, oh, I've ripped my trousers. Put my hand in my arse, and I went, oh crap, it's a bit more than that. And radiator bracket just sliced right up through my arse.
Yeah.
Wow. Shit, man.
Yeah.
26 stitches.
How many?
26.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. And all the doctor kept saying, oh, you're lucky, aren't you? I thought, I don't feel very lucky. He said, oh, I'd have been a bit further that way, or a bit further this way, or a bit further up that far, or you hit this, you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was lucky that day, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not sharp to the feel, with your finger, but as you say, falling onto one, it's a 90-degree thin piece of metal,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
probably
wasn't-
cuts just like a knife.
My one and only time of being in a helicopter.
All right.
Oh, did the helicopter do, did they?
Yeah, I was quite surprised. They must have couldn't have had much on that day.
Nice.
Whereabouts were you, Rob?
In Horton.
All right.
I
I
think
remember you saying about it that you've done it.
Yeah. I was more scared of going in the helicopter at the time. Cut to my ass. But when I go, it's stupid really, because you get to the helicopter and it was rattling like hell, this thing was, and they shove you in from the back because there's not much room in them little helicopters. You're lying down on your front, stuffed in the back of this helicopter, and it's making a right old noise. After about, I don't know, 50 minutes, he said, how far we got? He said, we haven't taken off yet.
Are we there yet?
Oh, you can't see out of there when you're...
No, you can't see it when you're lying down, you see. So
Right.
once we took up, I thought, this isn't so frightening. So I sort of sat up a bit and looked out the window.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
think there was a helicopter in Langland this afternoon,
yeah, I was
wasn't
just
it?
going to say
Someone
that.
said, yeah.
I was watching the webcam, and all of a sudden I seen all these people on the beach in coats.
Anything on the news about it?
Well, no, but somebody earlier on during the day, I can't remember what they called it now, and they said that something had been washed up on the bay, and they called it something, but then some.
Crestas, yes, okay, something like that. No.
Well, why didn't they just say bloody porpoise or something so that everybody knows what it is?
I don't know. Some people are just like that, aren't
Yeah, but anyway, somebody, whether it was the same thing that they were
they?
talking about, I don't know, but somebody said about phone so and so, they'll come and rescue it, but she said it was quite obviously dead.
Yeah.
But in the next minute, then somebody posted a few photos of.
That was me. I was watching it live on a webcam,
Right.
so I was trying to get the best photos I could out of it, just to see what I wanted to know what was happening. I thought it might have been a
Yeah.
surfer, but I couldn't see a surfboard around. Apparently, it was somebody who had went in swimming, dived in, and then all of a sudden he couldn't feel his legs, and he was.
Yeah.
This is what I heard. I don't know
Well,
if
that happened to
it's.
somebody else. Somebody else said that they'd gone in and they just lost all use of their legs. And obviously, if you're sort of 3 foot deep in water and you've lost use of your legs, you've had it basically, haven't you?
You
Oh,
gotta
we should
be.
get that all the time when we went in surfing without your wet your legs on in winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I just thought, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it was, whether it was just a one-off or whether they do it every day or something. But I mean, I've been, we went down Grace, we went down to Mumbles now earlier today, and the sea is the last place I would think of going at the moment,
Yeah.
especially on my own as well. So
Yeah, it's pretty wild out there. You wouldn't really want to go in, would you?
I wouldn't, certainly not on your own, and certainly if you're not of a certain age.
Yeah.
Certainly not so if you don't know what's happening, and especially in the middle of the bay, because
Yeah,
there's a couple of really good rips there, isn't there?
yeah. But in a way, I mean, I don't know. I had to hold back from saying I think it's pretty selfish if people go in the water on their own in these conditions,
Yeah,
Yeah, you shouldn't
because
go in really.
other people are going to put their lives at risk to come and help you.
yeah. But
It's the same thing with guys going surfing. You go down there, you see one guy by himself off Crab Island, and you think, well, it's going to put a lot of people at risk.
Yeah,
If something happens.
so, yeah. I dare say when you're young, you probably don't think of the risks, do you? But
I used to hate going surfing on my own. I really did. I always thought about the risks of it. Think,
mm,
and it's so easy to do. You just fall off, bang your
yeah,
head, and you're
yeah,
unconscious, and that's it. Like, and no one can
so,
see you
yeah,
because there's no one around.
yeah.
It's
That,
quite.
that's the downside of the paddleboard. Like is 9 times out of 10, I only go in really if my daughter and there's a crowd of us. But
Yeah.
I think to myself, I'd probably get more use out of it if I went on my own. But then I think to myself, it's pretty stupid to go in on your own, especially in when it's rough. Well, I wouldn't even entertain going in when it's rough. But because you've only got to flip and fall and bang your head, which is easy to do.
Well, we've all done it, haven't we? When we used to go surfing, we all hit
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, that when you're young, you don't think of the risks, do you?
Yeah, invincible, aren't
Yeah, yeah,
I remember when I knocked my tooth out, and again, it was February, and I just took off in this wave, and I hesitate to say it was a steep wave because it was Langland,
yeah.
but it must have been a steepish sort of section. Pulled, went down face first, and the board just came straight back at me, hit me in the mouth, and then hit me in the side of the head, sort of like. And I was sort of like, oh fuck, I was really dizzy, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? And I thought, well, hang on, it's missing something here. But it was February, I couldn't feel a thing. But, close to being unconscious sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
But
I remember,
we've all had that, haven't we, but...
remember Castle and it was winter time again. I think everybody got on the beach to the Red Cliff, and I was just catching the last few waves, and it wasn't that big, but it took a last minute takeoff, and it pulled it straight in. The board hit me on the chin. I remember lying under the water, thinking, "Oh, this is interesting,"
mm,
and I'm thinking, "Oh, bleeding hell, I better get out of here quick."
yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of came to my senses, but you can see how easy it can happen.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
God, man. Yeah.
Here to tell a tale, boys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, some want.
Yeah.
But Primo called me earlier as well. I had a little chat with him, and he gave me his plans for the evening. He might come in, he might not. I don't think he will because he won't be. It'll be too late for him. Too early for him. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, he said it might have been someone who had a heart attack as well. He wasn't sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe.
Well, that's pretty normal, pretty standard if you're not used to going in the water. We were making all these assumptions we don't know,
No. No.
basically.
There was a thing on the radio, yesterday, I think, about cold water swimming, and the fact you should you should be quite prepared for it, not do it as a one-off now and again. You should do it,
Yeah.
get
Well,
used
you
to it
get,
regularly
what do you
with
call
other
it?
people around.
Hydroculture.
Yeah.
Is it hydroculture? Or something like
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I know.
Hydroculture. In French, it's hydroculture. Hydro. It's
Yeah.
like shock. It's like your body gets a huge shock and
Yeah.
shuts down, sort of thing, and you stop breathing
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. Well, it does take you. I know. I probably said before. I promised my daughter I'd go in with her. What's it? Her birthday is April, and I said I think she was 40 last year before last, and I said, yeah, I'll go in the water with you before you're 40. And I thought then afterwards, I thought, fuck, this is going to be like March.
Oh,
It's going to be pretty cold, and I thought, oh, it'll be all right. You know, it will be March. We'll have had a couple of warm days and stuff like.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got a few different selections of wetsuits, and I put a like a neoprene shorts and a neoprene vest on. And once I got in sort of above my waist, then let's put it that way, sort of went to sit in, and it took my breath away, and I thought, shit, this is stupid on my behalf.
It does that to me in summer.
Yeah,
I remember going into Porth Call with Cridgy, and I didn't have a top on. I had wetsuit trousers on and a t-shirt.
Oh,
Just had my new board, and it was lovely surf. It was really 2 foot, really just right. Just the sort of stuff you need to learn on. So in and out, a couple of small waves, and then Jeff was on the beach looking at me, and I paddled out, turned around, and fell off, hit the water, and just went, ugh, and it just couldn't breathe. That was the end of it. There's no breath at all. You could
Yeah.
not breathe. I thought, oh, this is pretty serious. So I was waving at Jeff, and he's just waving back. I go, help. I just had to grab my board and just, belly boarded in. I thought I was going to die.
yeah.
yeah.
Scared.
Bloody hell, dying at Coney Beach. Not good for the street cred, that is it?
No.
Mhm.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen. I swore I wouldn't mention it, but I don't know if you've seen, because we've gone now. We went through a phase where we couldn't mention the B word.
Mm.
Now
yeah,
it's
I know.
the C word. We're not allowed to mention,
yeah.
and for diplomatic reasons, we're not supposed to mention the D word.
D.
Which is the D word.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Uh,
saw what you're talking about.
To save arguments, we mustn't mention the D.
Yeah.
and somebody else has inquired.
Yeah, I saw that
I
today.
know. All right. I
Yeah.
guess what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any news about it yet, then?
I didn't ask.
You'd only be seen as a troublemaker if you ask.
No, exactly.
I'll bring the subject up politely with him one day, okay?
Yeah.
Like, where's the effing discs?
Oh, you said it.
Oh,
Oh,
crap.
you kept
Own it now.
you're done for
You're
now,
a
boy.
trouble.
You're done for.
You're a troublemaker,
But
Kipper.
Mike was just about to take a mouthful of food, then he went, ooh, there's a shiver down my back.
Yeah. So are you over your sea?
I
Nearly.
tell you what, Biscuit, he's looking much healthier now than when he first came on, when he weren't here.
Yeah.
Right.
Must be a good
Making me
influence
laugh,
on
eh?
him.
Put colour in my cheeks, you have.
Makes you laugh. Laughing's good for you, Kip. It makes you feel better.
Oh, they always say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have a good Christmas, Andrew?
Yeah, very good. House full Christmas Day. Fairly eventful. My grandson's 23,
Oh, yeah.
going through a phase that we all went through, where he probably enjoys a pint or two a bit too much. His mother and father are split up. His father's my son. So his mother messaged me, "What time do you want Alex there?" Because Ben was working. He works with the Swans, so he was working Christmas afternoon, and he was going to come after work, so have his Christmas dinner late, and so we were like, it was like 1:30, no sign of Alex. 2:30, 3:30, no sign of him. About 4:45. In he comes through the front door, pissed as a newt. And I thought, oh, Jesus Christ, this is going to go down well now. So I just said, right, sit down by there. Marion was on the verge of saying, you're not coming in, but because there were other people there, it would have just caused more embarrassment. So I just said, right, sit down by there and, we'll wash you sober up. And then after about an hour, he said, okay, can I have a drink now then? And I said, no, you bloody can't. I said, I'll give you a cup of coffee. I said, you're not having anything with flipping alcohol in it. Oh, what's the matter? I said, because I'm flipping hammered.
Of course, we've never done that, have we?
Never. Never.
No. But I've never. Well, I'm saying that I've done it a couple of times to my mother when after we were married, gone out Christmas Eve, got steaming. I can remember going there. I think I must have picked up a pea on my Christmas dinner in my mother's house, and thought I need I need to speak to the china bowl as quick as possible, and just about made it to the bathroom. But I haven't experienced it for a while, and he brought a lot of memories back.
Never goes down well on Christmas Day, does it?
No.
Yeah. And you're not going out anywhere tonight then, Andrew?
No. Well, we always used to go out. We went through a phase of going away for a few days. The gang of us, we like rented a log cabin in the Forest of Dean once. Did that for about 3 years. Then we rented a cottage down in Tenby for like a week down it, over the New Year. That was fantastic. And then we did a couple of things, like dinner dance things, which I was never that fussed on. I'm not one that likes dressing up and all formal stuff. But my brother sister-in-law and his what is it? Brian is her brother and his wife. They went down to Southampton to go on a cruise. Supposed to have left yesterday, sailing from Southampton down to Portugal and
Oh, you wouldn't be wanting to do that, would you, this weather?
into the Med, right? So that they sent a message that they'd been supposed to have it was the sailing was delayed by 12 hours. They were supposed to leave 6 o'clock this morning now instead of 6 o'clock last night. So I looked now because of course they got to go through the Bay of Biscay, haven't they?
Oh,
And
no.
I looked at it yesterday, and it was showing Bay of Biscay was something like 6.3 meter waves.
Yeah, not the place to be, is it?
No.
Very.
So, but they then were told that it's been delayed again now. They're leaving 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So they've had 2 nights in dock in Southampton so
They're going to
far.
compensate you for that, then.
I don't suppose they will really, because they can't help the weather. They've still had all the entertainment and food because they've all been on the ship anyway, haven't it?
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Oh, go on. Sorry.
I don't know if I thought whether they will, but it would have gone on. But you know, they've said they've had their new itineraries. They're going to be going to all the same places,
No, as long as they do, that's fine, isn't it?
but it'll be more squashed together, I suppose. But I mean, who knows if a storm? Although I suppose they know if a storm is coming in, don't they? So
Yeah, well, this one's been forecast here for a couple of days now.
yeah.
I've been following it on Surfline.
So fingers crossed it'll clear.
I remember one time I was coming back up to Britain, and it was howling. It was like a force 7. So I got the Roscoff, and I'm on my own. I got my car charged up with all my duty frees to sell when I get there, pay for the voyage, pay for the trip, and get on the boat. And nobody didn't say anything about it being delayed or anything. I was thinking, bloody, it's going to be sketchy, trying to get out and trying to, and it was on the Quiberon. I don't know if you remember that. It's a little boat with no stabilizers on it, and it's a lovely boat. It's beautiful. It's a lovely boat. I love the Quiberon. And so we're on there and get on about 10 o'clock, and then supposed to leave about 11:30, something like that. Captain comes on at 11:30. Well, I'm very sorry, we're going to be delayed. We can't get out of the harbour at the moment. The wind is too strong, and we're just waiting for a break in the weather, and we'll let you know when we're going to go. And I thought, ooh, it's going to be rough. So I at that time I knew a lot of people working on the ferries. I knew the barman, who was Olivier. I said, what was it like coming over then, Olive? She's fucking amazing. He said, I've never seen it so rough in all my life. Everybody was throwing up. It was bloody amazing. I just restocked the whole bar, and with glasses and everything, I said, what? He said, just when we get out of the harbour, he said, just get hold of that post there next to the bar, hold your pint, and I'll come down with you, have a beer, and then we watch the fun. So anyway, so now you got all the British people, like they're still on holiday, and there's a delay, so they're all at the bar, and they're all absolutely off the faces, everybody, just totally shit-faced. So then the captain comes on, it's about getting on to about 1:30 now in the morning, and he says, okay, I'm pleased to announce, we're going to try to get out of the harbour. Everybody, Ray, we're going, Ray, on you go. And now they've forgotten, because they've been in the harbour, they've forgotten all about the wind and the waves and everything. And the boat is stable, it's just rocking a little bit, and they think that's rough, But anyway, so the boat, he pulls away from the harbour, you can feel it going, whoa, like that. And Olivier says to me, this is going to be so fun, man. So they're all still there getting pints and everything. They're all sitting out there on their tables and everything. And so we get out then into the channel, and then just before you, yeah, I don't know if you know Roscoff, you got to go through a short period, but there's hardly any wind, not wind. The waves don't get in there, it's a bit sheltered.
Mm.
And he just get out past these two rocks sort of thing, and he just the swell like starts. It's like somebody goes on off sort of thing. And the first swell we had, he said, hang on, here we go. So we held on. The first swell we had, the boat just went like this. Whoa, boom, and with a huge noise, a huge bang. And everybody started screaming. It was like the Poseidon Adventure. Everybody was screaming, started screaming. There was chairs sliding across the room, and people in chairs holding their pints like us going back and forth. They thought it was great fun. So then we got further out then, and it started really getting rough then, and it was getting rolls because there's no stabilizers. It was going up and down, and it was rolling, like the 40, maybe 45 degrees. Real heavy rolls. And I'm hanging onto my bar. It's always, and it's so funny. People flying everywhere. People throwing up everywhere. People screaming. Kids going running around and getting smashed by furniture. And it's just this cartoon. And so we're out there now. And it keeps going on and on and on. And all these people, and they're trying to get back into their cabins and lie down, where they can be not move sort of thing, and they can't get out of the bar because they're all pissed. And there was one guy, he was really, really pissed, and it was like he was walking a straight line. The boat was going like this, and he was still walking a straight line. If it was flat, he would have been all over the place, like. But it was so funny. And then it all quiets down in the bar because they're all out and now they're all throwing up and they're all ill and everything. And I'm still there with Olivier, and he's looking at the bar, and the bar's in shambles. It's just all the glasses he got. Still had my pints, so we had about 4 or 5 pints together. Got absolutely pissed. And then I went to bed, and but what a crossing, man! It was brilliant. I loved every minute of it. It's just it was a high risk crossing. It was
Yeah.
wild, 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 wild.
Got stuck in one of them once. We were late coming back, and we got to I think it was Caen, I think, to Southampton. Yeah, I think it was something like that. And we got there late, and the boat we should have been on hadn't gone because it had a fire on it. So everybody was bumped from that one back to the next one. So we had a cabin booked, and the bloke said, "Oh no, there's no cabins left." He said, "You've got no chance." I said, "Well, it's booked." And we had a bit of an argument. And they found a cabin right at the bottom of the ship. And we were tied in because we'd driven quite a long way up through France. So anyway, we got on board, down to the cabin, get settled down with the kids with us in and trying to get them to sleep. And so we start going off. In fact, I asked the question, "Oh, what's it like out there?" He said, "Oh, it's all right." He said, "Yeah, we've had worse." So out we went. And like you said, Con, once you get out past the harbour, it started to rock and roll.
Mm.
And we were down there for quite a while, downstairs in this lower deck. And you could hear the waves hitting the side of the boat as you do, and it's making a right old noise. So I decided to go up. So it didn't bother me, so I go upstairs to the cafe. I mean, about, I don't know, 6 floors up. And every time you go up a floor, it goes rocking further.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah,
When you got to the bar area, you'd literally be hanging on. By the time I got there was people everywhere. And they were just handing out carrier bags and blankets. There was people crying. There was kids screaming, like you said, Con.
yeah, amazing.
Old men, young men, everybody was sick to step over everybody. And
Yeah,
women in it. Oh,
you
God.
can imagine, your average holiday maker, it doesn't come from around the coast, sort of thing, does he? He's not used to boats, and especially not being in. It's like being on. It's the nearest thing was like being on a serpentine in a paddle boat in London or something like that.
But people thought they were going to die. They really thought, "I'm
Yeah,
dying at the
yeah,
end of the world."
I mean, I've been on numerous boats of various sizes, and I've always been okay.
yeah. Me as well.
Once we went on a ferry from we were in an island in Greece, We got on this ferry and it looked okay, but once we got out to the harbour, it was flipping rough as hell. And when we were in the harbour, they were issuing all these bags, and as soon as I walked in, I bought a pint and a pasty, and
True
and they
Welsh.
were issuing these bags, and I thought, what are these bags for then? And once we got out in the thing, then I was still okay when it was rough, but then after like 5 minutes, you see people with their heads in the bags, and then I had a flipping. I must have taken a deep breath or something, and I had a lung full of somebody, the aroma of somebody being sick, and it just flipped my stomach, and I thought, oh my God, I gotta go. And I can remember, didn't know where the gents was. I just instinct just ran, and I found the gents' toilet. And I shut the door behind me, and I could feel it was there, and I could see the toilet was like sort of 3 steps away, and the porthole was 2 steps, and I just about made the porthole, got my head out of it, and flipping through my heart up out of this porthole.
Oh, good hell.
But it's a horrible flipping. Only once, touch wood, I've ever had it, and that was the only time. And I've been on small fishing boats, in the bay and stuff, and I've been okay. But only once I've ever had that, and it was flipping horrible.
I don't know if you remember, Con. I think the first time we ever met was on the boat going to Lundy Island. I was with Gareth Oldham.
Yeah.
His family were having a bit of a wobbly, and it ended up me and you. I'd never met before, and we just wandered around the ship together, watching everybody being ill.
Yeah, right. What was it? The Bristol Queen, I think, was it? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, those are the days, eh?
Mm.
Yeah. So you've just done night in tonight, Cap?
Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere tonight, mate. In fact, I tested positive still this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, 7 days now.